This month we not only celebrate Tommy Wiseau's birthday, the man that gave us true cinema,
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
but also Ninjago's equivalent to Halloween, the Day of the Departed. Ever since the special's release in October of 2016, the Ninjago community has celebrated the Day of the Departed every year. Not enough to get Day of the Departed 2, but enough to apparently get an alternate Chinese version. Yep, that's right. The Day of the Departed special received an alternate Chinese version. For some reason. I don't know, I guess LEGO just wanted to increase their social credit in China. This alternate version of Day of the Departed has only ever been released in Chinese, and was originally aired in multiple other countries on January 31st, 2017. Instead of being animated and produced by Willfilm, who usually animated Ninjago at the time, an animation studio by the name of Pure Imagination Studios animated the entire special. This studio has worked on other LEGO projects, such as the LEGO Movie 4D Experience, along with the LEGO Chris Stapleton music video. I have no idea who that is, but hey, good for them. Besides having completely different animation and a different name of Attack of the Cursed Spectres, this version of the special is pretty much the same as the original, but with completely new animation. From what I could understand, the plot is the exact same, with a few minor differences from this version supposedly using the first draft for the special, with Cole and Lou lighting a lantern for Cole's aunt and not his mother. I suppose in China Lily is very much alive and well. Either that or the divorce really hit Lou hard and he just refuses to remember her. A very large difference in this special, however, is that it features an entirely new opening scene. In the original Day of the Departed, the opening scene involved all of the ninja racing across the desert, functioning as the special's intro. Sure, this scene is still present in the Chinese version, but it's much shorter, and looks absolutely terrible, so thank God they didn't remake the whole thing. This new opening serves the exact same purpose as the original, being used to introduce the ninja to the audience, whilst the ninja are fighting over a golden sword in the middle of their temple, which seems to be modelled after the dojo featured in those old Woo Crew shorts. Man, I used to love completing those Woo Crew missions on Ninjago.com to get all the badges and concept art they gave to you after you completed them. Well, anyways, let's forget about the Woo Crew because God knows LEGO has, and get back to the Chinese Day of the Departed, which, honestly, I think I prefer this version of the original, even if I don't understand a word coming from the characters' mouths. I do have to say though, that the animation doesn't look as good as the original, having a very cheap feel, but then again, this is China we're talking about, and we all know how reliable that Made in China sticker is. For starters, I much prefer the Chinese opening over the original Day of the Departed's opening. The Chinese opening is a lot more interesting and engaging than the original. The original opening is somewhat interesting, with the ninja racing into some kind of trouble, but to me it always came off as overdramatic, whereas the Chinese opening is just a really good action scene that also shows off the ninja better, showcasing their elemental powers. It's really a lot of small things that make me appreciate this alternate version over the original, such as when each villain and psychic are defeated, they actually remember that these are supposed to be statues being possessed, so they literally break apart as if this were a LEGO game. This really makes Moro leaving a statue very funny to watch. And then there's Samekai's death, which looks very terrifying. This version of the special also remembers that Chen is supposed to be wearing gloves, whereas in the original he for some reason is missing them, despite the statue having them before being possessed. Come on, it can't be that hard to remember them, they're right there. But the main reason for why I like the Chinese version of the original is that Kozu gets to say fuck. Fuck! Day of the Departed is the only special or season of Ninjago to ever get an alternate version, or at least that we know of. Knowing China and all of its censorship, every goddamn episode probably has an alternate Chinese version. I mean, there is that alternate cut of March of the Oni that is literally just a compilation of all the episodes in sort of a movie format, but I'm not really gonna count that. I truly have no idea as to why they would go through the hassle of remaking Day of the Departed instead of just dubbing over it in Chinese. I suppose they just did it to fit better with parts of Chinese culture. It would be kinda cool to get alternate versions of other Ninjago episodes and specials, especially if the alternate versions improve upon the original. I certainly wouldn't mind an alternate version of March of the Oni where it is actually good.